And you, Olive, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to throw hands, man. I'm ready to throw down, have a Bible fight moment, doctrine.
Is the have you ever seen dragons with beards? Yes. In fact, those things that are bearded, those bearded lizards, they spit the fire out. In fact, let me look at that up. Oh, before we bring people, oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Kevin had his face on, so we're good. We have to vet everyone that comes in now and make sure they identify themselves.
That's why I turned my camera on.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Did you get to see any of the presentation tonight? What'd you think?
I caught the memes of evolution. No, because I was working on a project, the 10 Commandments versus the commands of Christ. I've been working on that video, so I didn't watch the presentation. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, man. I think you'll like it, though. If you ever get time to watch it, I think you'll find it very edifying and educational. I think you'll say, wow, there's pretty good. So there it is. That's the end. A lot was put in there, an hour and 41 minutes. So put the link in the chat, and if anyone wants to come in and give any objections, criticisms, refutations, please. We'd love to hear your refutations and criticisms. Libtard Scholars. Guess who's debating tomorrow?
Oh, wow. That debate's going to happen tomorrow?
As far as we know, there's no other notice we've had. I emailed. Let me see. Let me check my email really quick, because I said I'm going to a confirmation email. Let me just check. Well, I'm sorry. I hope not. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
All right. Confirmation. Yes, I'm ready. That's Kevin, though.
Very good. Okay.
We have not heard a response back from Eddie yet, though. Uh-oh. Is OSAS biblical? Is the have you ever seen dragons with beards? Yes. In fact, those things that are bearded, those bearded lizards, they spit the fire out. In fact, let me look at that up. Oh, before we bring people, oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Kevin had his face on, so we're good. We have to vet everyone that comes in now and make sure they identify themselves.
That's why I turned my camera on.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Did you get to see any of the presentation tonight? What'd you think?
I caught the memes of evolution. No, because I was working on a project, the 10 Commandments versus the commands of Christ. I've been working on that video, so I didn't watch the presentation. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, man. I think you'll like it, though. If you ever get time to watch it, I think you'll find it very edifying and educational. I think you'll say, wow, there's pretty good scholarship with all this in the Hebrew and all that stuff. So I think you should check it out.
All right. I will, man.
Yeah, man. I'm all set for tomorrow with you and Eddie. I wonder if he's ready, though.
Yeah, I'm ready to throw hands, man. I'm ready to throw down, have a Bible fight moment, doctrine of salvation, bring it, baby. I got the
MMA, Bible MMA, the octagon, yeah.
Right, I got the word of God tied, strapped to both hands. I'm ready to cut him deep with it.
Ooh, what is he gonna bring?
Got the sword of the Spirit strapped to my wrist, bro.
Oh, truth. First, praise I am, standing for truth. Think that they're lions and they couldn't care less what the sheep think, or do or say, presumably. These warriors. Amazing.
Bro.
That's what I'd like to hear. See, we have spiritual warriors here for God. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That is a joke, surely. Where? What time are they turning up?
Man. Amen. How are you doing, Kevin?
Good. How are you, Sparrow?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. And you, Olive, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay.
Amen.
You said it so slowly. She had to think about it. Fantastic.
Underwater panther. I mean, look at that. Thank you.
What purpose would that serve? What's edifying about hearing about an animal's crotch?
Yeah,
Well,
what revelation is going to bring, like, the great almighty God that spoke the heavens into existence is going to talk about a bull's penis?
this is the this is the demonic exegesis that comes from the same spiritually dead retards that say that the flood was only local. These are the people that reinterpret, the Bible. So you all know this isn't a dinosaur because
That includes Sky Out, by the way. He believes the flood was only local. Wonder if you're going to refute him on it.
it goes against what we want to believe. That we believe the earth is old, so man couldn't have lived with dinosaurs. So therefore, we're going to reinterpret this verse to be talking about penis and testicles. You guys are sick, man.
Yeah, and the reason when they say is because all those other cultures talked about it. Therefore, the Bible borrowed it. You see how, like, they.
Yeah. Oh, so God had to borrow from pagans.
Yeah, like he would do such a thing. Like, it's so retarded. I don't even know. It's an insult to God. It really is. I'm sorry.
I think it's laughable. I don't see how anyone can take that seriously. I mean, just reading it at face value, it's obviously not talking about, a crotch area of a behemoth. It's describing the size of the animal, the strength of his bones, how his power is in his hind legs, and I mean, it couldn't be any more obvious.
Yeah, it's a freaking sauropod.
Yeah, dude, it's a dino.
It's majestic, and that's why God brought it up, because it's like the hallmark of his whole creation. It's the centerpiece. The dinosaurs are the centerpiece of his creation, what he can do. I
think it had to have been some sort of dinosaur that was like semi-aquatic that could like go in and out of the water, because when God was talking to Job, it was talking about, could you fish him out with a hook? So I mean, if someone's saying, oh, it's talking about a rhinoceros or an elephant, really, do elephants and rhinoceroses live in water? Do they spend a lot of time under the water to fish it out with a hook? Like, come on, think, guys, seriously.
Yeah, and you can't even like put a hook into it. You can't pierce its skin, and like all these other animals, you can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we have evidence of a Komodo dragon breathing fire. Are you guys ready? There's actual evidence of this. So here it comes.
Is this real or is this a joke?
Let's see. Here we go. How about that, guys? I thought that was pretty good. There's pretty good evidence.
Well, there is a beetle that can spit like a fire.
They do.
And like when we find all these fossils, it's possible that some of these dinosaurs could, but we wouldn't know that because we'd have to examine the organs to see if they had the sac and the fluids and stuff necessary for that. But all that's preserved is the bones, so we would never know. It's possible, like Kent Hovind theorizes, it might have been the T-Rex that was able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, they found some interesting things in some of these noses of these dinosaurs. Like there could have been actual fire coming